Hi crafters, it's Karen. I created a Halloween tag using one of my Prima Doll stamps. I just can't put away my Prima Dolls. They're just so much fun. Anyway, the paper that I used for her dress come from this DCWB paper, Spooky Time, that I picked up at Joann's a little bit ago. These are the different designs. Really cute paper. And I was really happy to see that they had this in the 6x6. And for the background of the tag, I used a random sheet of K & Company paper from one of their fall stacks. So this is the tag. I think it came out really cute. I used a piece of chipboard for the body of the tag, and I covered both sides with this paper from K & Company. I believe it was part of one of their fall stacks, but that's the paper on the front of the tag as well. I used my Lindy Stamp Gang sprays and my black soot distressing to distress the background of the tag. I did an effect over here where I tore the corner and I pulled it back, and there's some Prima bling from the engraver collection there. I used the Tim Holtz Rickity House right here, and I cut that out of chipboard. I painted it with a brown acrylic paint, and then I went over it with my Lindy Stamp Gang and some of my Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists, and then I used my Goosebumps spray to give it texture, and I just kept spraying it and using my heat tool and spraying it, and it brought this really cool texture. I also used some of the Heidi Grace bronzer sprays, or not Heidi Grace, I'm sorry, Heidi Swap bronzer spray and the tinsel spray to give it some accent. I wanted it to look like, you know, an old spooky house, of course. I used a sheet of acetate to create the windows on the house. If you could tell there's a little glare. That's because there's acetate. So I thought the house came out really quite cool. And this is the Prima Doll I used. And I was going to dress her more like a witch, but then I decided I wanted her fancy because she's going to a Halloween party. So for her dress, I did some layering to give the dress more dimension. I cut out these two pieces separately and used my pop dots and put her there. The Rickety House, the Rickety House is also on pop dots, and it is laying on this is a piece of cheesecloth that I used my, I think it's Banshee Black Lindy Stamp Gang spray, and it's made it this cool gray, smoky, spooky color. And so the house is on top of that piece of cheesecloth, and it's coming out. So anyway, the doll itself is on pop dots, but I had to raise it just a little bit more, like with cardboard, so that it would be in front of the Rickety House. I used the paper collection to paper piece her blouse as well, and then I took this piece of black tulle and I kind of twirled it a little bit and draped it around and through her arm as a shawl, and I used this piece of smoky bling. Over here I added, I believe these are the walnut colored flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts. I laid them on this big crocheted black doily that I gotten from Hobby Lobby, and I used my Martha Stewart punch to make the leaves, and those are from the paper collection as well. Let's see. I also went over it with a little bit of the tag with a little bit of gesso, and I used some of that texture. You know, it's a little bit of sand mixed with the acrylic paint, and it creates like a snow text type of mixture, so it adds a lot of dimension. And I forgot the word, but anyway, I thought it looked really sweet. I used my glossy accents for her little high-heeled shoes there. Some more engraver bling. I colored her hair and her body with my Tim Holtz distress markers. So I think it came out really super cute. For the ribbon here, I used some black lace. It's kind of a stretchy lace, and some tulle, and then I tied that all together with this piece of purple fiber and some black seam binding. And then I used, I don't know what they're called, but it's a fishing clasp. You know, you can find them in the fishing department. It's like fishing tackle. Anyway, that's where I added my charms. I created this bottle cap using a punch from the paper collection, and I went over the punch with my glitter pen before adding my glossy accents, so you could see the shimmer inside. It's a purple rose, really sweet. This paper is really nice. And then I added this half moon that I had gotten a long time ago, and a little black rhinestone bauble for my charms. So I think she came out really cute, all fancy and ready to partay. So there's my Halloween tag using the Prima Doll. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.